Hello, it's Teresa, and happy Sunday. I am going to do a flip through of this journal. I'm calling it my Heidi journal because it's done with a Heidi book. and let's see, I thought I was going to say something else, but I don't know what it was. So let's go ahead and get started. I just finished binding this. So there's a lot more work to do on this journal, but I just got to the point where I chose the book, I chose the type of binding, I chose the pages. I worked on the pages a bit before I bound them together, and then I did the binding. So the work that I did was I sewed the hidden binding, I guess is what you would call this piece right here. And then I did some sewing on the pages. So this page is sewn, and then it has a piece of applique sewn onto it. Kind of look like vellum on there. This is a copy of a piece of ephemera that I have, that I'm actually going to use the real ephemera for a travel journal, a tall journal. I'm going to call it a tall journal because it's not going to, this one is not a travel journal. I've got a travel journal that I'm working on, but the travel journal that I'm going to make a tall one that isn't going to be a travel journal. This is a digital. This is a piece of 1600 paper, and I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to leave this as a flip out or whether I'm going to glue both sides and use this as a tuck pocket. This is a vintage motorcycle book. This is a piece of ephemera, genuine ephemera, digital. This is from a book that I bought. This is a vintage Italian book that I got from Roxy Creations. This digital here, I believe both sides are scrimping with stamping, Create with Stamping Mommy. I gotta see something. Create with Scrimping Mommy. This is from Roxy Creations. Old grid paper, old shorthand book, my botanical book, Italian. This is a sack. This is not a very old piece of music paper, just a piece. Here's a piece of mulberry paper. And that's the center of the first journal, or signature. So let's go to the next signature. Got a piece of applique on this. This is an Edith Holden book, 1600s. This one I did sew so that this would be a tuck spot. There's that vintage motorcycle book. Oh, sorry, got a yawn. Another piece of shorthand paper from a book. Another page from my floral book. Old music page. This is from that architectural type book. This is an old Italian page that I've sewn some lace on. Sack. This is one of Roxy's digitals that I sewed a pocket on. And I like this This is one of the things that attracts me to purchase it. I love music paper that's been written on, because that's a music teacher. To me, that's a music teacher trying to teach a child how to play, and she did a star, so the child must have done well. This is a mixed media doily. We've got some daisies on the side of this grid paper. Another piece of mulberry paper. Piece of vellum that I did some mixed media on. Anytime I use inks and stuff, just, you know, willy-nilly like that, I categorize that in the mixed media. This is a piece of straw paper that I wanted to use these images, and the papers were too small to use in the book, so I just cut them out and put them on this straw paper. So there's one image and there's the other one, and I love both of those images, and I thought they both looked really cool with the inked on vellum paper on top of it. This one more so. Okay, so that was the center of that signature. I haven't put, you know, any pockets or anything in yet, so there's not a lot of sense in going through each page. So here's the third and last signature. This is another Edith Holden page. More 1600s. And yes, if you're wondering, these 1600 pages are worm-eaten. They do have wormholes in them. And I bought them because of that. So yes, I knew that they had wormholes. There's another one of Roxy's Creations Digital. Starbucks bag. Another piece of mulberry paper with an applique glued on. Music page, digital. This is from Create with Scrimping Mommy. Old Italian book page. This is more mixed media. It wasn't a full page, so I folded it over this straw paper and made a tuck spot. Botanical page, tea-dyed doily. This is a digital. I want to say that this one is from Create with Scrimping Mommy, but I'm not positive on this one. Antique music page. There's my vintage motorcycle book. This one has a fun story behind it. So months ago we went to a vintage motorcycle show. So while we were there, I was walking around and I saw this book on display, and it looked, you know, dirty and grungy, and so I opened it up to look how old it was. It wasn't bad age-wise, and it was showing a lot of vintage motorcycles. And I liked, you know, of course, the pages that had the patina and, you know, the grunge. And so I said, if I buy this book, I said, can I have this one, the display? And she didn't really pay attention to me, and she goes, yeah. So I went to get her the money and came back, and she tried to hand me a new book, and I was like, no, I want this book. No, you don't want that one. That's all dirty and blah, 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 blah. No, I want this book. If I buy it, I want this book. And so anyways, actually, that's what the first part of the conversation was. Then I went and got the money, came back, and ended up having to have the same conversation with her husband because she was busy. And finally she noticed that we were basically going back and forth, and she waved him off and said, no, she wants that book. Just let her have that book. So it was funny. Vintage Italian book page. There's some mixed media on straw paper, and I do believe that this is a digital from Create with Scrimping Mommy. And then this is just a piece of green paper that I had hanging out. I think it was from a book or something, I don't know. And then because this mixed media page wasn't a full page, then I just brought it around and glued it and turned it into a tuck spot. So that was the center of that signature. You can see more of this mixed media page on this side, and I did take a different digital that I had done some mixed media on, and then I put a notch in the top because this is a pocket. So it will become a lot more apparent as to what's happening with what once I start putting some ephemera in here. But this is the first time that I had stuff. I'm going to put a little glue there so that doesn't happen anymore. Little Fabri-Tac. Stuff to this degree. A lot of this stuff I already had, but I actually even had this material. I don't have a lot of fabric, but I have some pieces that I'm really happy with and have a lot of fun with. But this 1600 Warm Eaten book pages are new. My mulberry paper is new. What else? Anything else new? I just finished tea dyeing these doilies, but I've had them for a while. Let's see. Nope, that lace isn't new. I've had these books for a little bit. Actually, I did buy another, so I bought the 1600 paper, and then I bought, I think I bought an ephemera pack or something, a pages pack, so this might be new. But I have 2 or 3 books, so I can even go in my books to get paper, book pages. I've had that. I've had these. This is the first time I've used my applique pieces. And this beautiful piece, this side is Create with Scrimping Mommy. This side is a different digital creator. So this was kind of stashed back in my hoard of items. And so I saw that and thought, I'm going to use that. I love putting some kind of architecture into my journals. All of these things, you know, this is me playing around, tea dyeing with a mask. All of these things are so yesteryear, and they cause you to think about things. This is a side pocket here. I love this mulberry paper that I just got. That's fun. So some of the other new things that I will be putting in here is I just got a, oh, that was the other thing that I got. Florentine paper. And with the Florentine paper, she included some extras, like some old book pages and like a ledger sheet or something like that. I forget what all there was, but so far I need to take a picture of that because the journal is lying flat and it just looks perfect in that respect. Once I start putting ephemera in, that's not going to happen. It's going to be much bigger. But I really tried hard to leave some room to grow. in this so that I wouldn't have an alligator mouth. But I mean, let's see, how can I show this so you see it does not have an alligator mouth. Go like that, then it wants to open up, but it's beautiful. This is my best work yet. So I am going to be putting this journal in my Ko-fi shop when it's finished. And so if that is something that may be of interest to you, feel free to message me. I think I have everything for my contact information, including my email. So however you want to reach out to me is fine with me. And I haven't so what I really wish is that I had another piece of lace like I used for my large ephemera book. So this is my large ephemera book, and I had this piece of lace. Now, if I would have known that I was going to do this book next, I probably wouldn't have sacrificed this piece on just a personal ephemera book for myself. But it is what it is. So I'm hoping that I can find some kind of fun crochet doily or something to put over this. That would be fun. I do not want to cover the whole journal, and I really would like to find some corners to put on the corners. I tried the ones that I have and they don't fit. They're too small. So I would like to put something vintage on the front here and some corners, and then just leave it like that. And then if someone were to purchase it, they could change that up if they wanted to. But if they're like me and they like this, then they could keep it like that too. Heidi was one of my favorite stories, especially with Shirley Temple. Oh my gosh. So I miss the Shirley Temple movies, that's for sure. That's some quality viewing. How many of our children or grandchildren know who Shirley Temple is and know anything about the Shirley Temple movies? Isn't that sad? So that's all I've got for you today. I will be working on filling this thing up with some fun goodies, and I will do another flip through once that's been accomplished, or maybe I'll work in it as I go and do a couple videos. One putting ephemera into this, and then another completed flip through. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you want to follow along on this journey with me, hit the bell so that you'll know when I'm going to go live. More times than not, I do live videos. So if you catch me when I'm live, you can even use the chat feature to ask me a question if you were interested in the journal, like, you know, what do you mean Ko-fi? What's that? It's in the introduction and there's a link to it. K-O-F-I is how it's spelled. And yep, so I think that's all I have for you. Oh, one other thing I like to remind folks is please go take a look at my Junk Journaling United Facebook group. It's had a little activity lately, and I think I'm at 25 people in the group, and it's just a great group for not anything special. It's just there to be able to share projects without any rules. So, you know, of course, you can't like use terrible language or talk about killing people or anything like that. It's for junk journaling. But there's no rules as to who you get your digitals from, or that sort of thing. You can share the work that you love, the crafting that you love. I don't want to call it work. And just feel comfortable and not be worried that somebody's going to reach out to you and tell you that you can't do that in this group. In fact, it's a very open group. It's for adults. adults that behave themselves. And because it is a group, I do have the ability to moderate it. So if anything inappropriate was posted or something, I could delete it. I'm thinking bookkeeping, but bookkeeping, my one software, I can't delete anything. I can only reverse it. So anyways, but the group, you can do live Facebooks. I'm been working, I think I've got a chat connected, but I'm not very good at that, so I don't really know what I'm doing. And I want to, once there's more people in there, I want to see if somebody wants to organize well, actually I was going to talk about it the other day because I am not able to do it, coordinating such a thing, but I'd love to see if somebody would like to coordinate a swap. So a swap for US and a swap for overseas. I'm not really sure what the demographics are of the people that are in the group. So I don't know if they would both be needed or not. I'm in the US. And then I also wanted to do one other thing that I thought would be fun. Let's see, sharing projects, swaps. If somebody wanted to do happy mail, like if you wanted to post and say, hey, I've got some extra magnets, or I've got some extra, what do we get lots of extra stuff for? Paper clips, or, you know, I'm mostly trying to think of lightweight things that you could put in an envelope. And if you wanted to say, send me a self-addressed envelope and I'll send you an envelope full of stamps or something like that, people are allowed to do that. You know, it's a big people group, and I want it to be like a community, and I don't want to put limitations on people. Why would you put limitations on people because they want to do something that's fun? So I guess I am more tired than I realized, and I'm starting to ramble, and I think I'm going to get to the point where I'm not making any sense. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through of this Heidi journal, and I hope that you will join me in the next video to see where that goes to. In the meantime, I will also be doing other videos on my progress with the Illuminated Botanicals kit from Medieval Mirage. I've been having a lot of fun. In fact, before I go, I'll show you how much fun I've been having. This is how much fun I've been having. This is all ephemera. Well, actually, there's more than just the Illuminated Botanicals. Illuminated Botanicals goes right to I think it goes to there. So back here are some scraps, but this is like the Renaissance, or I don't know what else. I've seen what looks like Renaissance. I've seen what looks like the Greek period, you know, like that sort of thing. So I don't know what that one is called. I don't remember anymore. But maids, something in maids and maidens. No, that one makes sense. But all of this is Illuminated Botanical, and most of this is done. Some of it, when I pull it out, I may decide that I want to put a little label on it or something. This is 2 pieces. This is 3 pieces. Yeah, so I'm having lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Okay, now I'm gonna wrap it up. So hope you have a good day. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. We're going to be having dinner with some family barbecue type thing, just some hamburgers and veggie tray and things like that, and then probably take it easy for a little bit to get ready for the work week. That's for me. But I hope again that you're having a good day.